Hi, I'm Emily Breclaw and you're watching The Caffeinated Quilter on YouTube. In today's video, I'm going to show you some clever tips and tricks on how to mark your sewing machine when you're going to be sewing Y seams and hexagons and diamonds and triangles so that you don't have to mark every single individual patch to find where your seam allowances are going to be. So to be able to do this on your own machine, you're going to need your acrylic template that you used when you were cutting out your fabrics. And I like to use a little bit of mounting tape for this instead of like washi tape or something because it gives you a little bit of a raised edge for your fabric to hit up against. So grab these two things and head to your sewing machine and I will show you how to mark it so that you can sew hexagons. Okay, so now we're ready to mark our sewing machine. And I know I told you in the intro that what you're going to want to use is mounting tape for this. And after trying to take that off of my sewing machine, I realized that may not be the best recommendation. So if you're going to be sewing a whole lot of hexagon quilts and you want to have kind of a permanent way of marking it, mounting tape's a good idea. If you want something you can take off your sewing machine quickly, you might want to use washi tape instead. And that's what we're going to use this morning. So what you're going to do is take your template, and for this part, I would recommend that you have your sewing machine off so that you don't accidentally sew through the plastic. And you want your 1/4 inch foot on, and what you're going to do is line up that template where the needle would go down if it was on, exactly through the hole in the template. And you can manually, if you have the knob on the side of your sewing machine, turn it and make sure that that needle goes down. Again, I would leave your machine off because if you accidentally sew through this acrylic, you're going to throw off the timing on your machine. So I'm going to leave the needle down in there for just a second because it kind of gives me some stability here and holds down the template. And then you're going to take a little piece of washi tape or mounting tape or masking tape, whatever you have on hand, and you're going to very, very carefully and accurately set it right along here on the edge of your template so that you know where to line up your hexagon when you're starting a seam. And you're going to be able to do this more accurately than I will because you won't have a camera in your way. But we're just going to set that down here and maybe not use stripey tape because I know that's going to distract me, but it'll work for right now. So now you've got your starting point marked. And the other important thing you're going to want to do is pull your needle up and then lift your presser foot up and move this down just as if you were sewing along this line, because that's essentially what you're marking is your sewing line. So you're going to go down to the end of that hexagon row. Oh, and my needle went into the plastic, so I'm not quite there. I'll try, and now my needle goes down in that. I'm going to take another piece of washi tape and put that along this side, this bottom part here. So this just helps you know where you want to stop sewing when you're sewing hexagons together. Okay, so now you're going to pull your needle back up again when you're done using that acrylic template. So you're going to pull that out of your way entirely. And then I'm just going to show you how to sew 2 hexagons together real quick to show you how this works. So what you're going to do is line up this top edge right here with your edge of washi tape. Do it as accurately as you can. Put your presser foot down. And then what I like to do is switch to a shorter stitch length when I'm starting instead of back stitching because it makes the stitches more secure. Or it just keeps your seam from coming undone since you don't have, since you won't be crossing your seams. Take 3 or 4 stitches like that. And then I switch back to my normal longer stitch length. As you get close to the end, you're going to keep an eye out for your washi tape or your mounting tape. You're going to start looking here. And it's off the video, but I can kind of see that I'm getting towards that. So I'm going to take another 2 stitches. And then I'm going to switch back to my shorter stitch length again to finish off. And I'm just watching real carefully. As soon as that fabric edge gets to the top of this bottom washi tape, right there, you're done. So let's double check this against our template and see. This is going to be hard to see on the gray, but there's our seam. I'll look at it right here, and those dots line up just about perfectly with where the seam starts and stops. So now you have got an easy way to mark your sewing machine instead of having to mark all of your individual patches to find out where you need to start and stop your seams when you're sewing hexagons. Thanks for watching.